Hi, welcome to my town hall, my open mic. My name is Susan Bookser Lahaki, also known as Susan B. Lahaki, or Susan B., however you want to say it. And as you know, I'm running for President of the United States, and I'm just here to give you an update and a town hall on Wednesday at 9:30 in the morning, which is 3:30 in the afternoon where I am. So I'm coming to you live from Zurich, Switzerland. And I'm sorry about that. But anyways, yeah, I'm coming to you live from Zurich, Switzerland. I'm trying to find a place. I'm not really set up today for this. But I'm trying to find a place to put my phone where I can rest it and still talk. I do have a guest with me in my car today, and that is Blanca Maria Lagunes Müller, or well, how many names do you use?
Blanca Maria Müller Lagunes for.
There, she says it here. Say it to
Blanca Maria Müller Lagunes.
There we go. She says it much better than I do. And yeah, so we're going to be talking a little bit about peace in a little while. But first, I just want to give you a small update about what's going on with the campaign and all of that. So I did get my first quarter campaign information out to the FEC, so that's done. So now I can really focus on campaigning and focus on life a little bit, and yeah, spend time, trying to get things done. The other thing that I got accomplished before I left the U.S. for my trip here to Switzerland was I got my lawsuit sent. I returned it to the Supreme Court. So they have it now, and let's see what happens. I'm not giving this up. I'm going to keep going until we get this problem of registering to vote gone, because it's an unconstitutional thing that the two parties have been using for a long time to manipulate us, and it's time to get rid of it. So I'm working on that, and I won't give up until it's done. Anyway, now I don't know. It doesn't look like anybody's watching. Oh, am I even really?
How can you tell?
Yeah, well, normally down here there will be a little message. Sorry if it's a little shaky. I have my phone right now in my left hand, and I have what they call a familiar tremor. So there's no earthquake going on. It might look like an earthquake, but there's no earthquake happening.
I don't think you have an internet connection.
I have. It says no slow connection.
Mm-hmm.
That happens sometimes. So, anyways. Where was I? Oh, yeah. So normally if somebody's watching, it'll say 1 or 2 people.
Okay.
And then also it'll, if they make a comment, it'll show up here. Okay. Now, normally, it might start off like this. So this is only like my 3rd or 4th time doing this. Here, let me put it here.
That's good.
And
take a photo. That's nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
We got to do this manually, the old-fashioned way.
Old-fashioned is sometimes really good too.
Whatever gets the job done, right?
Yeah.
Ultimately. So yeah, right now we don't have a viewer, but what happens is once you finish your video, then you can post it online, and then people can view it after.
And it saves it in that case.
That's right. Good. And you can say whether you want it to be saved for forever, or if you just want it for like 1 day or 1 week or 1 month. So there's a whole bunch of options. Yeah. The only thing is I haven't figured out how to sort of download it onto another app. So it might be that it stays just permanently on Facebook, which is okay, but then who has the copyright to it? Is it Facebook, or is it? If you want to contact me, you should just type in a comment. I'm not taking phone calls while I'm on the phone, or maybe I should, but I don't know how to do that. So let's just leave it like this. Send me a text or a message here on Facebook. So anyways, so Blanca Maria is she's been around for a while. I've known her for many years here in Switzerland.
Quite a few decades.
and she's actually Mexican, right?
Yes, I am.
And look, we're friends.
Why not?
I don't know. But, because of all the news, the media has always been blowing all these things
Well, a
up.
lot of media lies a lot. So.
Thank you. And
It's full of
did you hear that?
lies.
I'm not the only one who says that.
Well, I know it.
So, exactly. So, anyways, and she is a really good friend, and she's been working on different peace projects herself.
Yes.
But she also worked with me on a project together, the Smile for Peace, It's Enough Already project. And but now here
More
we
than
are.
that, we've collaborated with many more. Like
Yeah, absolutely.
The festival that we had, the 3 days festival, Woodstock.
Yeah, Dada Stock. Yep.
Dada Stock. Okay, so what I wanted to say is that on the 25th of May of this year, here in Zurich, Switzerland, we will be presenting the 7th Swiss Peace Conference.
That's great.
Yeah,
That's great.
Really good.
Is there a website for that?
Yes, there is.
Do you know it?
www. I think it's in German.
You can say it in German, and then I'll type it into the.
Yeah.
I'll type it into the message.
Okay, I don't recall right
Or
now.
you know what? You
I'll
can tell
send
me
it to
later.
you.
Yeah,
It's
and
better.
I'll include it in the message then. No worries.
That's nice.
But this is exciting, and you're on the board, aren't you?
I'm on the board of the WILF section, Swiss section. WILF is Women's International League for Peace and Freedom.
And there is a branch in the United States.
Yes. We are thousands of women around the world.
Yeah.
It's an association, a group that started already in 1915.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to look into that. I think I tried once, but I had difficulty
Try
getting
again,
through.
try
So
again,
I got to
again.
try again. You're right. But peace, yes.
Never give up.
No.
Never surrender.
Peace is important. Exactly. Yes.
I'm making fun. This is a reference to a movie called Galaxy Quest.
Oh, okay. No, I don't know the reference.
Never give up, never surrender.
Well,
And
that's true.
I just made it part of me, actually. So
Yes, and these are good words. Absolutely.
make a heart.
Yeah.
In case you're watching, this heart is for you.
There we go. All right. So, we have a lot of turmoil going on right now in the world, and it's a little crazy. But you live here in Switzerland, and you know a lot of international people, probably.
Yes, I have been living here for almost 40 years, actually.
Okay. So you know really a lot of different people from different walks of life.
And I get along with different peoples of different walks of life.
Yes. And very international friends.
Extremely international. I'm not a prejudiced person. I mean, prejudice is for people that don't have a mind and don't have a heart.
Yeah, I know.
Prejudice is for uneducated people. Did you hear me? Think about it.
Well, what we need to do is find a solution. How do we unprejudice people?
It has to do with education that starts at home. This is really, really
Exactly.
important.
Yep.
So if you want a better world, start informing yourself how to make a better world. And it starts with you. You have to be true to yourself. You have to respect yourself, because that way you're going to be truthful with other people and respect other people. If you don't have that, it's going to be very difficult. So, you know what's really nice? Nice. There is a man called Don Miguel Ruiz, his son, and Janet Mills, and they wrote in 1999 and then 2010 is the five Toltec agreements. And if you apply these to your life, that's a very important step in order to create peace. So, 1, always do your best. They're not necessarily in this order, but they are. Always do your best. Don't assume. Don't take anything personal. Be skeptical about everything that you tell yourself and you hear from others, which I translated into don't give your power away. And the 5th one, I don't remember right now the 5th one. I have to check it. But if you decide to change your life and it changes from one moment to the other, as you don't assume that people think things like you do, because you are full of filters, you are full of experiences, and that is going to affect the way you see the world.
Absolutely.
And the more you open yourself up to the world, the easier it is for you to become one with the world, and that is what creates the magic here.
That's right. Yeah.
You want to say hello while I look for
Okay. Yeah. So Exactly. I always say we need to rejoice in each other's differences, because if we were really all the same, it would be kind of a boring world. So I kind of like, going to different places or meeting with different friends because they do things differently than I do. And then you have a nice experience. And there's not one right way to do things. There is a right way that we probably can all agree on, is that force is not pleasant. Nobody likes to be forced to do anything.
Violence also not.
And violence is part of force. So, wars, that's force, and nobody really likes it. So we need to work on that, but in general, even on a personal level, to force people to follow your way of life is not appropriate, especially in a country like the United States based on freedom, personal freedom. It's our First Amendment right to have personal choice in everything, from religion to speech to what we wear. So, and if we, like I said, if we all look the same, life would be kind of boring. And so I think we need to start there and really focus on becoming our better selves, focus on each other and on ourselves, and try to give space for understanding. Because, it's a big world, and there are lots of different ways to live life. And as long as people are not hurting other people, there's no reason why things can't happen in a certain way or in a different way than what you know. There's more than one way to make a phone call. There's more than one way to make a radio station.
Yeah.
And here we go.
So, understanding and compassion are very important traits of any of any complete human being. So, the fifth agreement is to again be impeccable with your words.
Yes, integrity.
With your word
Integrity
means you don't say anything against yourself or against other people.
Yep.
So I'll go through them very quickly. Be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions. Always do your best. And be skeptical, but learn to listen. Don't give your power away. I promise you, people, that if you follow these very easy steps, it's going to change your life, and it changes from one moment to the other. If you decide, if you realize that what people are telling you has nothing to do with you, nothing. They're all projections from the other persons. So it is your choice, like Susan was saying. It's your choice and your privilege to say no. I do not agree with what this person is saying. You let it come here and out that way. And only take the good and what's best for you. That's what you need to take. That's your responsibility, to take only the best that the universe is giving you every single second. That's what's important.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. So, it all begins at home, which is also what Blanca Maria said. And that's true. That begins with you. And we have to really work hard sometimes to change our way of thinking.
It's an act of will. You think it's an act of will?
I'm not sure. So I'm not. What do you mean, will?
The will to change. The will to say, from now on, I will do it different. Even if I don't do it the first time the way I want it. Mm-hmm. Because this is part of the 5 agreements. That sometimes, always do your best. Mm-hmm. Sometimes our best is here. Yeah. And sometimes it's here.
That's right.
But we're always doing our best, and that is what is important. Intention is very important.
Yes. Yeah, it's about staying mindful of our actions and our thoughts.
Conscious and mindful, yes.
One thing also I've often said is always go to the good. And that is, it just, if you find yourself thinking bad thoughts or something, just push them away, make them small, or let them go, however you do it, but just then start thinking good thoughts. Because, we have this one world to live in, and we want to live in it peacefully. At least I do. And I know a lot of other people do. But
we're thousands of people, millions of people around the world, and we are wanting to not be in a toxic space, and that depends on us.
That's right. And, it might even start with yourself, start treating yourself a bit better too, and being kinder to yourself.
Loving.
If you were raised with criticism, oftentimes you're going to criticize a lot of other people, and you're going to find fault with other people and other ways of life. So maybe stop criticizing yourself and forgive whoever was your critic growing up, and try to move forward from that also.
Well, that's a question, Susan. May I?
Mm-hmm.
Precisely. When somebody is criticizing you or criticized you as a child, how can you be absolutely sure that this person was criticizing you and not himself? Because that's what we're talking about,
right.
projections.
That's right. I mean, and the point is that somewhere it has to stop. You know,
I mean, with you.
or it could somehow continue if that's really what you want. But sadly, or at least in my case, you know, I try to stop bad behaviors in myself, and then try to move forward. But of course, we're also all just human as well.
Well, I think more than that, Susan, we are so influenced by TV and what is expected of us, and maybe we want to emulate. We want to try to be like some characters from TV or from the movies, and that's where you have to be very aware that those are scripts and this is real life. So copy only the best, emulate only what is good.
That's also a great idea. Yeah. So do you know what time it is?
It's 10 to.
Okay.
Quarter to.
So I don't know what else to talk about.
Well, I think it's very substantial and heavy what we have spoken about today. I would say call it a day, because we can. You said we have a chance to see this again?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me remind you, people.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
It's
good idea.
We have spoken about the 5 Toltec agreements put into place in a book by Miguel Ruiz, his son Jose, and U.S. American Janet Mills. And the book is a huge success with Oprah. It sold, I think, 52 million, like within the first weeks that it was out. Some people call it self-help. I think it's a codex of behavior, and it can save your life if you follow it. 5 Toltec agreements, Don Miguel Ruiz. Okay.
Wonderful. Would you like to say again the women's peace?
And if you are interested in peace, I also invite you to check the WILPF. This is WILPF, Women's International League for Peace and Freedom. We exist since 1915. In Switzerland, we had the first Congress in 1919, and now in 2019 we had the 100 years. And on the 25th, thank you. On the 25th of May, we are presenting the 7th Swiss Peace Conference. Everybody welcome. If you have any questions, how do they get in touch with us?
Well, I'm going to include the website.
Maybe our emails?
At the well, if you want to give me an email, I can include that too in the comments, but also in the upper post part, I'll include that detail. So you can just click on it, and then you can go to the website and find out. There is a sister organization in the United States too, that and probably in your country if you're not from either Switzerland or the United States. There probably is an organization that's affiliated with them too. I'm sure you can find out about it at the websites.
Yes.
And it's peace is
WILPF.org.
It's really say that again.
WILPF.org.
Okay. Great. And so I'll put that in there. And really, peace begins with us. And then as far as the wars going on around the world right now, we need a ceasefire immediately, and we need to sit down to the negotiating table. It's time.
Woo-woo.
We have one world, one world, and we need to give each country its own representation and its own voice and its own space. And we all deserve to be here. We are all here together. And we don't really need wars, and what we really need to do is stop this war machine that we have going on, this military-industrial complex. It started in the 50s, or actually in the 40s probably, and it's just continuing. So it's time to stop that too.
Stop believing the lies. Stop. Really, there's a lot of lies going around. Check with your heart if what you are listening to is truly a truth or just
yes
or not.
Yes, and that's very true. So anyway, that's about it for me for today. I will be meeting with a few other people while I'm here in Switzerland and doing some international activities, trying to help promote peace. You know, that's one of the reason why I got into this whole presidential campaign, trying to become president, is because of peace. And then, of course, mothers, as you know, it's also an important issue on my platform. But right now, Israel, I hope you listen to Biden. I hear he's also recommending, don't do anything. And let's all sit down to the table together and negotiate a peace agreement.
Yep.
That's what we need. Anyway.
Breathe consciously. Breathe for power. Breathe for integrity.
Absolutely.
Breathe for peace.
Breathe for peace. That's great. All right. So we're going to end on that. I am Susan Buxer Lahaki, or Susan B. Lahaki, or Susan B. And this is
Blanca Maria Müller Lagunes.
Yeah. And thank you for stopping by. And I wish you a nice day wherever you are. Bye for now.
Bye.
Okay. I never know where to push. I'm still on. It's not letting me stop. Well, there we go.